beer. This beer right here. This beer is from the Grizzly Paw Brewing Company in Canmore, Alberta. This is Beavertail Raspberry Ale. It's a Beavertail Raspberry Ale. I really like Beavertails. I don't know how many of you have had a Beavertail. Beavertails are the best piece of fried dough I've ever had. And it's just so simple, right? They just take a piece of dough, they flatten it out to make it look kind of like a beaver tail. They throw it in the deep fryer, then they put like cinnamon sugar and stuff like that all over it. Or specialty stuff. I've had ones with Nutella and banana. I love beaver tails. So I'm hoping to like the Beavertail Raspberry Ale because it says Beavertail. ABV, 5% ABV. Beer brewed with raspberries, Beavertail Raspberry Ale. A light-bodied fruit ale with a subtle hint of sweetness, balanced by tart flavors and aroma of fresh raspberries. Ingredients: water, barley malt, hops, yeast, fresh raspberries. Okay, so Grizzly Paw, for those of you that don't know, also are well known for pop. They make a lot of soda pop. And I actually contemplated ordering some of the soda pop, but shipping to Nunavik is rather insane. So if I was going to pay big money to ship something here, it better have been something that I was going to really, really enjoy. And that was this. Okay, so first and foremost, that color makes me very, very sad when I think this is a raspberry ale with fresh raspberries. I've had a lot of raspberry ales. Usually they have a very red hue to them. This is hazy crazy like a lot of them are. This does have a little bit of a darker hue to it, but I would say it's more like a more beginning like the gold / burnt orange than anything else. Oh, that's my dog walking outside the room. Okay, I was like, what the fuck's that sound? Okay, so I don't like the color. The head was white that was showing up. It didn't stay very long, but it was a white type of head. It didn't even have that pink hue that you get from a lot of raspberry beer. This kind of reminds me, look-wise, of like Kawartha Lakes Brewery, KLB Raspberry Wheat, where it had a raspberry. I don't know if this has a raspberry scent or taste yet, but it had a raspberry scent, it had a raspberry taste, but it looked like this. I think the thing is, this didn't say raspberries, it said fresh raspberries, which makes me think natural raspberries, which makes me think, where the fuck's the color? Scent. Glass. And the scent is there. Oh, it's really there. It's like Schmucker's raspberry jam. Mixed with actually sniffing a fucking pint container of raspberries. You know that beautiful, fresh, sweet, and tart scent you get from just a pint of raspberries? Because, you know, every pint of raspberries has at least one raspberry that's kind of soured and rotting, sitting in the middle, like smushy raspberry in the middle with all those beautiful fresh raspberries around it. It has that scent to it. Can. Ooh. The can has that scent, but the can also smells like, the can also smells like a candied raspberry almost, more so than a fresh raspberry. Cheers, let's try it. Okay. There's a bready biscuitiness at the back end that I'm really a fan of. There is a nice, sweet fruit note up at the forefront. There is a nice, there's a nice sweet fruit forefront on this, like a really nice sweet fruit forefront. It tastes like a fresh raspberry as well as a synthetic raspberry. And I say that because a lot of times fresh raspberries will also have that slight bitterness, that slight tartness, that, you know, like the remnants of the seeds and all that. When you get those little black seeds all in your teeth and all that, and you get that flavor, you're not really picking that up on here. It has the fresh forefront of a raspberry. I don't know if Alberta raspberries are a lot different than Ontario raspberries. I know that raspberries can be very different amongst geographic locations on how sweet they are or how tart they are or anything like that. And I find Ontario raspberries, I used to have lots of raspberry bushes in my front yards, and I would always eat the raspberries. Well, my dogs would eat the raspberries if I didn't get to them fast enough. That being said, I'd always find a nice mixture between the sour, the tart, and the sweet. This is really on the sweet end, which is perfectly fine. I'm just saying what it is, right? It is very refreshing, very easy drinking. The final flavor, a little bit of soda water like feel, a little bit of bready biscuitiness, and just the subtle raspberry flavor just emanating through the mouth. And again, it tastes fresh and it tastes synthetic at the same time. And the synthetic part is really just how much more sweet it is than tart. I don't find it to be as balanced as I would normally get from a raspberry. However, this other thing with raspberries is just like almost every fruit beer, each batch could be very different. So this could have been a batch where the raspberries were just very sweet, and that is what it is, right? Where there could be a batch where a lot of the raspberries aren't in great condition and you get more tart. So all I can say about this beer is I like it. I really do like it. Flavor wise, I am a very big fan of what I was able to get out of this beer. Again, a bready biscuitiness, a nice raspberry sweetness, a little bit of a malty sweetness, a little tiny bit of earthiness. All in all, solid beer, solid, well, easy drinking beer that I could see anyone enjoy. If you like the taste of raspberries, you'll like the taste of this. If you don't like the taste of raspberries, you probably wouldn't love it, which is perfectly acceptable and normal. Out of 10 on this, sorry, I thought I lost my ear. Yeah, that's the type of day I'm having. Out of 10 on this, easily an 8 out of 10. So thank you guys for watching. Have a lovely day. Au revoir, a bientôt. See you soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.